Okay, so this is just a quick update video because I finally have some free time and I'm done with schoolwork for today. So, yeah. A few weeks ago I finally got this clock working properly, although it's still playing up a bit because it's missing a piece. It should have had a spring wire that kept the locking lever on the count wheel so it wouldn't jump out of the movement and let the clock strike till the weight reaches the floor. And I need to replace that. So that part was basically holding this lever inside the movement so it wouldn't do this. You can see it jumped. And I need to replace that part because I broke it by accident. And also, as you might see, the clock is lying on the floor because I don't have any free nails on the wall. But I might put one right there and one right there so I can hang this clock and that Hermle cast iron wag on the wall clock. Also, I discovered that I own these two wooden plate movements. So I started working on them. That one has the same problem as that clock, and while I was putting it back together I thought something like, you know what, I don't really feel like assembling this right now, so I left it like this. And on this one I need to synchronize the hammer with the striking because it's in the ready position, or I think that's how it's called. It should have been up there on the gong, but it's not, so I need to resynchronize it. And apart from that, this movement seems to be working fine. This Junghans mental clock has been in testing for about 3 weeks now, and I did some adjustments and some regulation, and now it's keeping very good time. I also did some regulation on these two clocks. I can't get this one to keep good time, and this one keeps reasonably good time. I also discovered these clocks. I remembered that I have them somewhere. That second Mayak cuckoo clock has to go. I might sell it in a not so distant future. I intend to fix that second Black Forest cuckoo clock, although I'm still looking for a pendulum and weights for it. And that Friedrich Mauthe-Schwenningen clock movement still needs a pendulum, so again, if someone has one of these clocks, like Vienna spring-driven clocks that are very tall and knows the length of the pendulum, I would like to see that in the comments. I also have some very interesting news. Someone told me that the gong on this clock is very unusual for a Gustav Becker clock, and I thought that too, like I've never heard of a Gustav Becker gong called GW. And I did some research and I came to a conclusion. This clock that you see right here might be non-original. Like, I mean, the Gustav Becker movement is a genuine Gustav Becker, and the pendulum might be original to it, and the hands as well. But the dial and gong are incorrect, or might be incorrect. The case is not really incorrect. I've seen Gustav Becker case designs that look like this one. However, they had beveled glass down here. And yeah, you'd rather see this dial and case design and gong on, for an example, a Kriegsmod box clock. I found one of these Kriegsmod box clocks for sale, and it had the same dial, the same hands, a similar pendulum, and a similar case design. So that made me think that this clock might be non-original. I still like it though, and I will keep it. This clock has been playing up a bit recently. Sometimes it strikes 11 at 12 and then like 10 seconds later it remembers that it has to strike one more time, so it does that. And that means I need to mess with the contacts, the contact blade springs that trigger the striking. I purchased the new clock from that website that I showed a few weeks ago, and I hope it will arrive soon. So yeah, that's about it. See ya next time.